Let's go.
Goeienaand, welkom weer eens by nog 'n kuier hier op tussen Dorings. Soos ek laasweek gesê het, hierdie jaar celebrate ons 5 jaar. Augustus maand is tussen Dorings 5 jaar oud en ek is so excited, ek kan nie wag vir wat hierdie jaar vir ons voorhou nie. Maar op my nooit voordat ons enigiets verder doen. Ek glo altyd in hierdie lewe is baie belangrik om seker te maak dat ons moet, wanneer ons iets doen, moet daar 'n purpose is. Ek weet nie of jy ook al daar was soms waar ek was nie. Jy vra vir dinge, die Bybel praat van geloof is 'n vaste vertroue op die dinge wat ons hoop maar nie kan sien nie. Ek wil gou vinnig voor ons begin. So jy kan sien hierdie man wat daar onder, hy is in die onderkant en iemand probeer hom optrek. En dit is soms as jy in 'n situasie. En dit wat die Bybel mention it so nice in James 2 verse 17. Die persoon wil opkom en iemand probeer hom optrek, maar as hy nie effort gaan insit om homself te project om op te kom nie, gaan hy persoon wat hom optrek letterlik heeltyd sukkel om hom op te kry. As hy aftrek en hy persoon trek op, gaan niks gebeur. And that is how our faith is. And if it is not accompanied by action, it is dead. So as hy nie aksie met jou geloof is nie, dan beteken jou geloof vir jou absoluut niks. En ek wil vandag vir jou sê, as jy sê jy het geloof, jy het faith op iets wat gaan gebeur, hierdie jaar is ons die 2de maand, ons nader aan Maart 2026 amper, en jy verwag God om deur te kom vir jou iets, moet jy die aksie, jy moet die werk insit. En dis wat ek vandag vir iemand wil sê. Maar albei nooit, soos ek altyd sê, is belangrik om dankie te sê aan mense wat glo aan ons, mense wat ons support, en die Alse daai begrafnisdiens is een van hierdie besighede. Van ons inception waar ons hierdie advertensie platform gemaak het vir besighede, is hulle van die besighede vanaf dag 1 tot op nou nog support hulle. Ek dink 'n maand terug het ek en Regan gesels en hulle het commit vir die hele jaar. En dit is vir ons regtig 'n riem onder die hart, en ek sê van my kant af, van ons almal van tussendeur wil ons vir Alse daai begrafnis baie dankie sê. Ons speel gou vinnig die video en dan keer ons weer.
Alse daai begrafnisdienste in die gemeenskap, uit die gemeenskap, vir die gemeenskap.
Met meer as 30 jaar ondervinding in die begrafnisbedryf staan Alse daai begrafnisdienste bekend as 'n onderneming waarop families kan staatmaak. Ons bied waardige, respekvolle en professionele dienste wat elke familie help om met gemoedsrus afskeid te neem. Ons verstaan dat elke afskeid uniek is en daarom werk ons nou saam met families om 'n diens te skep wat die lewe van hulle geliefde eer en vier. Ons begrafnispolisse gee jou die geleentheid om vooruit te beplan, om voorsorg te tref vir die onvermydelike dag en die las van jou geliefdes ligter te maak. By Alse daai is ons dag en nag beskikbaar om jou te ondersteun, te lei en by te staan in jou tyd van verlies. Alse daai begrafnisdienste uit die gemeenskap, in die gemeenskap, vir die gemeenskap.
Alse daai begrafnisdienste. Skakel ons 24 uur, 7 dae 'n week vir dienste van hoofgestaande gehalte op 023 342 4850.
Ja nee, Alse daai begrafnisdienste regtig. Hier Apollos en sy familie en die mense by Alse daai, wil ek regtig baie dankie sê. Daar's 'n paar, hy pamflet, daar's meer inligting, skakel hulle rondom dit wat jy sien daar, die begrafnispolis daar, jy sien tot op 100,000 rand, regtig hierdie mense se dienste stops. En dan is daar meer, wat gebeur in die event as 'n geliefde van jou afgesterf het, daar is staps wat jy kan volg. Die belangrike stap is skakel vir Else daai begrafnisdienste. So ja, op daai noot, as ons vandaan so gesê het, kuier ons met 'n jong man. 'n jong man, en vandaan gaan ek so 'n bietjie na die Engelse kant toe gaan. Ek hoop die Engels hou heeltyd. Ek hoop jy dat op die data hou. So yeah, it's for me really an honor to speak to this young man, Lwandile. It's a young man with a passion, big dreams. He's doing big things in the community. He's a busy young man. And before we get him up, just to make sure that I hope he'll understand this poem that we're going to play now, because this poem is actually for him, but it's more for you listening. Ariel Obai Noot, vra ek vanaf jou om die poem te speel, en dan kuier ons saam met hierdie jong man.
Die roos en die doring. Tussen dorings, tussen stryd, waar die wêreld stukkend blyk, staan daar tog 'n sagte blom, vol van hoop, vol van droom. Elke wond en elke letsel, en elke traan wat stilweg spikkel, vertel 'n storie diep en swaar, maar bring 'n lig, bring 'n gebaar. Die roos bloei, al is die nag lank, haar geur dra sag oor klip en rank, want tussen dorings, skerp en straf, bly liefde oor, bly lewe reg. So groei ons ook deur elke skeur, vind ons lig, al is dit te seer. Want in die doringveld se kring, bly hoop 'n immerblomme sing.
Somebody to lean on. Lwandile, how are you, my friend? Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Well, thanks. How are you doing today?
No, I can't complain, my friend. First of all, I want to thank you for making time to be here with us. And yes, I know you're a busy man. And thank you for allowing me for creating the opportunity for me to practice my English tonight, which is not something that I normally do on this platform. But thank you for that. But Lwandile, on that note, quickly for the viewers out there, for the people out there, who is Lwandile?
Okay, so firstly, greetings everyone. I hope you are all doing well, and also thank you very much for your time for joining the session. I hope you enjoy, and let's take it from there, guys. Okay. So my name is Lwandile Mlanjeni. I was born and raised in a township called Zuletemba, here in Worcester in the Western Cape. Although my roots comes from a small town. Okay. So I'm a brother. I'm a brother.
We missed you there. We missed you there. Your roots comes
from a village called Ematribini in Queenstown.
Okay.
Yes, that's right. So I'm a brother to three. I've got an older sister, a younger sister, and a younger brother. So I'm the second born currently, and I'm also an uncle to two. Okay. So I'm currently a student at CPUT studying management and project management. And I also serve as the head of SMME and trade in the China-South Africa Federation, pardon me. And I'm also an executive director of a company called Zwezwe Cleaning Services. So with that being said, on a personal level, I'm very passionate in playing football. The people who know me, they would know what I'm speaking about. And also growing as an individual. I always like to try new things and growing myself. I always do challenge myself. I don't like to be comfortable at one thing. And I live by a few core values that carries me through both during the nice times as well. So there are a few core values that I live by, which is faith. I do pray a lot. I pray a lot, and I do connect spiritually. I do also communicate a lot with my ancestors. So I think that's also what keeps me like moving forward, because whenever I face challenges and obstacles, I make sure I do pray, speak to my ancestors, but also during the nice time also, I'm also very grateful for all the opportunities they also created for me. So what motivates me every day is the desire to change the life of my parents, my parent actually, because early last year I lost my father, and of course my siblings. So that's what keeps me moving every day, and myself, not to leave myself out. So that's what keeps me moving. In simple words, I would say that I want to live a soft life, where I can afford everything I want and need now and in the future. So I think that's a bit about me. Some people would say I'm stubborn, which I don't agree with that, but I stick to what I believe. Yeah, that's Lwandile Mlanjeni in simple words.
Wow. I don't think that's simple. I think that's a mouthful, right? Very busy man, a stubborn man, some people will
No, no,
say.
no.
Uh, now I'm just pulling your leg. No, no,
Yeah.
no. That's great, great stuff. And then at the end of the day, we need to embrace this. I don't know. Your as you speak, I don't know. Can you like your phone? Is your phone stable? When you speak, it's like you move around, and then I think your phone is also moving. If you can just keep it still a bit, if you can, it'll be great. Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, we are here and we are live, and as you just now said, you are a busy man. You are a director, executive member of your own company, cleaning company, and you're studying. You're busy. I mean, you're really busy. You serve on boards. And how old are you?
I'm 24 years old. I'll be turning 25 now, in April, which scares me a lot. Yeah.
Okay, wow. You're still very young. No, the sky's the limit. Because and then it means my what I just now said before about faith. And you said you one of your core values, you have faith. And I hope your faith is not dead, because there need to be action. You can't say you have faith, but you don't put something in. But I can see you someone that really put the hard work in. Nwandile, take us quickly through your primary and your high school life, the highs and the lows. Take us through before we move on.
Okay, no worries. So, I began my primary school. I began my primary school at Worcester Preparatory Voorbereiding, now known as Worcester Winelands, if I'm not mistaken. So I started there from grade R to grade 3, because back then they only ended at grade 3, but now they do end at grade 7, because my sister also studied there. Yeah, so that's where my journey started. So I truly enjoyed my years there at Voorbereiding, from the strong school culture. Are you still there, sir?
Don't worry, I am here. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, from the strong school culture to the exciting sports environment. And I'll proudly say that at Voorbereiding, I played A-team rugby from grade 1 to grade 3. I was always in the A-team. I played as a winger. But somehow, unfortunately, when it came to summer sports, I didn't make it. I never liked playing cricket, although my coach tried his utmost best, like to try to improve and give me chances to try in the B and the A team, of which unfortunately I never made it, because I think I didn't like the sport. And it was the same coach who coached the rugby A team and the B team. And most of the players who played the A team in the rugby were the ones playing in the A team in the cricket. And yeah, I would say that I enjoy that school very much. And then after that, since it ended in grade 3, I went to Victoria Park Primary School. So that's where I started from my grade 4 at Victoria Park. This transaction marked a very growth within myself when I went from Voorbereiding to Victoria Park, because now the environment have changed, you see. So there, Victoria Park, I was taught to take care of yourself, your belongings and everything. So coming from Worcester Preparatory, we were used growing up whereby during break time, we used to leave our shoes, our lunch boxes, like all of our belongings on the school field, and then play after break. Then you knew that everything that you left there, you'll find it there. But now, when we got at Victoria Park, it was a bit different, you see. So some of our peers, when they returned, their shoes were not there, the lunch boxes were not there. So you were taught to be more responsible, you see. So however, I enjoyed it. That's where we had a very disciplined principle that taught us to like take care of your stuff and everything. So I grew a lot from that primary school. And I would say, in a nutshell, I actually really enjoyed it there at Victoria Park, because also most of my friends that I came with from preparatory, they were still there, and most of them were even in the same class as me from grade 4 to grade 7. It was actually nice being at that school. Okay, so after that, yeah, I went to Roman Catholic Erica because I didn't get any placement at Worcester Gymnasium, which was back then the only English school in Worcester. So they couldn't like occupy all students coming from Victoria Park and Worcester Primary and some other English learners from surrounding towns. Because as you also maybe know, Worcester is like the center of other towns where they also study there and shop there. So I was unfortunate not to secure a space there. So the government arranged at Roman Catholic School, ERCA, for us to study there for a year while they were like trying to come up with an alternative. So at ERCA, I studied there for a year, which was my grade 8. And then after that, we actually found out that there is another English school not far, very far away from home, which was in Verleesdorp. Then I studied there at a school called De Villiers-Graaf in Verleesdorp. Okay. So at De Villiers-Graaf, I also enjoyed my time being there because, like they say, mostly the thing was I felt safe because most of the friends that I came with from grade 1, most of them were still going together as a group through all this experience. So yeah, I went my grade 9. I did it at De Villiers-Graaf, which I liked. But I think the school was a bit strict at De Villiers-Graaf. It was a bit strict. And at times, I think that not all the students were treated equally. So that was a bit of an issue, but everything was fine academically, you see, and everything. But the main challenge was, yeah, I can never forget that. It's like the time, you see. So I was not living at Riz. We were traveling every day in and out from Worcester to Verleesdorp. Now you can imagine we used to wake up like around past 4 because we had to catch the taxi that took us to school 6:15 on the dot. 6:15, the taxi was there to pick us up, take us to school. And sometimes when there was sports, we used to arrive back home around 8 o'clock, like literally 8 o'clock, because some students played golf. Yeah, like one of my friends played golf. The golf started 5:30. That's when he started practicing and coming out around past 7. So you can imagine that was not nice at all. Like sometimes you come back home very, very late. But it was a nice school actually, which taught us a lot in terms of discipline, approaching people. The culture was also very nice. So that's where I did my grade 9. So grade 10, fortunately, there was a new school built here in Worcester and ready to enroll new students, which is called Somerset High School. It's just near Worcester Prison and near the area called Avian Park. It's a new school. I think it's now about 8 years, if I'm not mistaken, that the school has been established. And I was fortunate enough to be one of the pioneers of the school. I was there. We were the first grade 10 class and the first grade 11 and the first grade 12 class at Somerset High School. So that's where I started from grade 10 because it was a bit costly for my parents to put me in res and still for like the allowance, food, also needed money to carry. So they decided for me to come and study here in Worcester at Somerset High School. And that's where I completed my matric. So with that being said, it was also a tough journey because I didn't pass my matric the first time I started it. So when we were there at that time, with the only subjects that we had to do was like pure maths, physical science, and accounting, which I didn't like at all. I never liked it, like even being in those classrooms, because sometimes, not that I didn't try, like I was like, it's rocket science. I tried my best, but I could go out of a class with like blank, as if nothing happened. Even when I'm at home, I tried to do this stuff and I was like, nah, yeah. I quit. Like I didn't enjoy it at all. So, but after that, I didn't give up. I pushed myself and told myself that, you know what, let me study further. So that's when I decided after I didn't pass my matric, I decided to come to the College of Cape Town, which is here in Cape Town, CBD in Cape Town, to do my levels, which is more similar for as an NSC qualification. So it requires you to have grade 9 to complete that. So I started that course, which was a very nice course. I don't want to lie. I was into it, transport and logistics, because it's more to do with business as well. But unfortunately, just about, I think 3 months, 2 to 3 months within the course, my mother didn't feel well. She received a light stroke and it bit of affected my studies because back then my father was working, both my younger siblings, they were still in school. And my older sister, she had like a young child, like a newborn baby. So I made a decision because I'm stressing about that and also stressing about my mother is not doing well. So I wasn't actually really focusing at school. So I decided to cancel my studies there, which was a very, very difficult decision that I made. But I eventually did make the decision and I moved back home. Back home, I stayed a bit. So what I did was I first stayed, yeah, I took a gap year. And then I decided, what about I go back to school and like to upgrade my like I got an option to change mathematics, which I didn't pass, and physical science into mathematics, literacy, and into business studies, which I enjoyed the most, business studies. Okay. But now the thing was, there's something called a SPA mark, like it's a year mark. In order for me to go and write the NSC for those subjects, I had to complete like the yearly assignments that other children also do and like the tests. So there is a mark that compiles prior to the final examination, you see. So that was also a challenge because now keep in mind, I'm long finished with school. Now I have to go back to small children in school now, have to write tests and all of that. Like I had to swallow my pride. Like it was a tough decision, but I told myself that at the end of the day, I'm doing this for myself. So let me just do it. And yeah, I gave it a try. And also the teachers that gave those subjects, they never taught me in high school, but they were very supportive And I saw after performing in the first term, like my marks were very good. Like I also didn't believe. I was like, nah, I'll give this a go. And I told myself that I will do it. And I did it. Fortunately, I did it. I passed it, and I passed it with high grades. Like not just I passed it because I got a code, like code 6 and a code 5 in the other one. And keep in mind, I never did that in class. I did it by self-studying, but yeah, I did it. So that is my high school journey, if I would say so. Yeah, that is my high school journey, sir. If I answered your question, my schooling, my entire schooling, if I would give it a, if I answered the question correctly.
Wow. No, no. Well done there. I don't know. I think I must give you. We must actually ask Ariel. I must give you another one. I mean, because you could have easily. I mean, you literally went from this school to that school, and then it's that school, and then it's that school. I mean, you had the best of both worlds, eh?
Yeah,
Worcester
yeah.
Preparatory School, went to, um, is it the Tainer?
No. Victoria Park.
I mean,
Victoria
Victoria
Park.
Park, you went there. And also, by the way, so you can speak Afrikaans because
Yeah, I
it's
can.
Afrikaans. Eh?
Yeah, I can Afrikaans, but it's not
No,
that
it's
good.
fine. We'll stay the
Yeah.
English. When you went, it was an up and down for you. And at the end of the day, you failed your matric. You could have just said, you know what, I'll just take it. I'm not going to try and finish my matric. And you went back and you finished your matric on a high. And that for me is really a wild. And I think there's kids listening that maybe failed their matric last year, that got their results earlier this year and they want to give up. And I want to tell you, just look at this young man today. And we're gonna go through his journey and you'll pick up that he's not someone that gives up. So well done, my friend. Wow.
Thanks. And I also think that jumping from school to school has taught myself and most of the people that, like my friends that were also in that like the same circle where we jumped schools from this school to, it also taught us a lot, like on how to being street smart and how to dealing with different environments, which also plays a huge role that I can see in my business, whereby it's very easy to connect with other different people. Back then, I didn't took it as something good, but it actually also played its role.
Yeah, no, 100%. Luanda, before we quickly move to question 3, I'm quickly going to ask Ariel, because I said earlier to the people, we have good news. We have great news. And I'm so excited about this news. And you actually complimented us earlier about how our podcast looked, the look of it. And we said thank you for it. But there's people that supported us for us to look this way. And the nice thing is, let me not give too much. I'm going to ask Ariel to play a bit of this video and then we quickly continue.
Okay, no worries, sir.
I'm quickly. Oh, flip. I see the video is not here. Okay, no, it's fine. Ariel, the video is not here. But I think we can bring up the good news there. Guys, as you can see, there's Stone Ridge Super Spa in Vredenburg. Really, guys, hulle het 'n inisiatief wat hulle run waar hulle besighede, organisasies, nie besighede nie, organisasies aanmoedig, soos die rugby clubs, soos ons weet tussen Dorings, NGO's, whatever organisasies daar buite, kerke, waar hulle wil uitnooi en sê, weet jy, kom registreer jou besigheid hier by ons. So julle kan sien in die onderkant staan daar customer tussen Dorings. So kom registreer jou besigheid hier by ons. Ons het 'n point system wat ons ran. Ek wil actually die video gespeel het. So basically as Gordon en Mario en Jolene en Kodnik en ek noem nog 'n paar mense en om Burnham aan die ander kant, hulle almal gaan na daai spa toe en hulle gaan kos, en ek maak op vir 'n koop R1000 se kos. 'n Percentage van hy aankope gaan op die elke einde van die maand gaan teruggegee raak aan tussendorings. I mean, is that not a wow? Isn't that what we look for? Isn't that how God wants to bless us? And really, if you support us as julle vir ons wil ondersteun, na ander kant in die Weskus, en julle wil regtig sien hierdie platform groei, ons verbeter, gaan na Spar toe, Stoneridge Spar, gaan koop jou aankope daar, en nomineer ons daar by die til wanneer jy betaal, en dan sê jy, my punte moet gaan aan tussendorings, die Here sal jou seën. So ja, dit is die goeie nuus. Op die einde van die dag wil ek vir my broer baie dankie sê daar in die Weskus en selfs in Mario wat hierdie ding gedryf het daar in die Weskus. Baie dankie. So yeah, my friend, on that note, take us quickly through your life after school till where we are tonight.
Okay. All right. So I hope everyone is still there. So my life after school, like I mentioned earlier on, I returned from Cape Town back home and then did my matric. And then still after that, there was, I think, yeah, after that, yes, with that being said, I kept on applying like to universities. But unfortunately, I was very unfortunate that time. I didn't get a spot in universities. So one day there was a friend of mine. Just before that, I worked at Rainbow. I think some of you might know at Rainbow, where I was staying with my grandmother, but they lived there on the farm at Rainbow. So every day I used to see people going in and out. And I was like, nah, this is easy. Like, let me give it a try. And I'm just sitting at home. So I worked there, but honestly speaking, I only worked there like for a month or two. It was it was challenging. It was the farm whereby they pick up the eggs. I could feel my back. It was very intense for me. And then I kept on applying for school. A friend of mine came up with the idea, like, what about we start a business, you see? But now the question was, what business can we start? Then we gave it some research. Eventually came up with the idea that let's start a business whereby we clean the carpets of the people in our community. So it just started as a conversation, and one day we contributed money towards buying a machine, which was a Dixon. I still remember that we bought at Cash Crusaders. It was around 600 Rand, a wet and dry machine. So now we started going door to doors in the houses, telling the people we're thinking of this plan of washing carpets and all that. So we started, it was summertime around November, December. So we were also shocked by the way how people reacted. Many people started, we knew the service was in demand, so many people required the service. So then after that, we decided, what about we do register this business? And then we did register the business, but that was still in January, where we went to CEDA's office, now known as CIDFA. Back then it was CEDA. So they put us on the database whereby we can get opportunities like for training, for funding opportunities, which I also do always advise many young entrepreneurs, do make sure that you are on CIDFA now, not CEDA anymore, CIDFA's database, and on the local municipality, which is Breeder Valley. If you're not listening, not from Worcester, you can go to your municipality and ask about like the LED office, which deals with businesses. Make sure that you are registered. Make sure you're on the database so that you are aware on what is going on and the opportunities that are there for businesses. So after that, I met a guy at a seminar, which was a business seminar. That's where I got my second job, which is Mr. Barnard, Reinhard Barnard. That's where I met him at a business seminar. And we were like, the seminar went on. And after that, there was a short session whereby we said that we should engage with each other. So it was medium businesses and people that has been in the game. So it was type of a session whereby we're bringing big businesses, communicating with small businesses on ways how to improve their businesses and so onwards. So that day he was sitting there with another guy called Mr. Conradia, which is the owner of Conradia Attorneys. He was also there in the room. So when we were told that we should like engage as businesses divided in groups of 5, I jumped to their table. I was like, there is something there. So I jumped there. I went there, introduced myself, and asked a lot of questions like I normally do when I do see like people that are like-minded. So that's when about a week ago he called me and told me that he does have a job for me. What about I come in? So that's where I got a job. And what I liked about that job, he gave me the opportunity to study when I had to. It gave me days off because he also encouraged me to go complete my studies. So after that, I also kept on applying for university, but that other year I couldn't find any university up until I came with the intentions to come for walk-ins. So I came to my friends that were already residing here in Cape Town. It's also like the friends that I grew up with, like from pre-primary school. So I came here with the intentions of going for walk-ins and university. So I went there. I was told that I didn't apply right or what, but in a nutshell, it was unsuccessful. So they were like, no, man, like, what about you? There's a lot of contact centers here, call centers. What about you give a try and apply because there's walk-ins there as well. And maybe just give a job and give it a try next year. So I was like, let me give it a try. So I did actually. I got a job in Claremont. It was a sales job where it was a debt review company where I was a sales representative, which was a very tough job. And I was still in training, and there was a target that I needed to meet in order for them to secure me a contract. But while I was there, I was also looking for other jobs. And there was one very near. We were living in Observatory. There was one very near. Now, I was called in to come for an interview, but they told me to come Monday. But that same Friday, they told me that they was like, what about you come today? And keep in mind the job that I was working on. If you do skip a day, they automatically terminate your contract. So I was like, am I giving this a chance to go to that interview or am I staying? But I also might not meet the targets and then automatically I'm not selected. But now I gave it a try. I went to Merchants, INET. I went to the interview. I nailed the interview and I was told like Monday morning, you should come in for training. So then I worked there. After working there, I did also apply for my studies at CPUT. Luckily, the following year, I got a placement at CPUT, everything raised and it's fast. And then at CPUT, I enjoy the course, which is management and project management. I enjoy it very much. I passed my first year, everything. So then there was this life-changing opportunity that I received that was actually in my first year, but it kept on delaying. Early in my second year, it was an opportunity to go overseas to Asia, China, okay? So I was a bit skeptical, like, should I go, should I not go? Like, what are the people eating there? How's life that other side? But then my father kept on also motivating me, like, give it a try, you'll never know. And I'm also, like, at first I was nervous, but I'm also a person that likes trying new things. And I was like, no, I'm making the choice. I'll be going to China. So yeah, just not long ago, after my father passed away, which was like about a month ago, we departed to China. In China, in Wenzhou province. So that's where we studied live streaming and cross-border e-commerce for a period of 6 months, which was from May 2025 up until October 2025. Yes, until October 2025. So I enjoyed my time there. I learned a lot of things. And while I was there in China, I also had the opportunity to reflect a lot about myself, where I've come from, like the challenges I faced, like not giving up, like where has it taken me, like look where I was, like to get an opportunity to go study abroad after not giving up and all the hardship. So I was like, sometimes life, because even now it's not perfect. There's stuff that I'm battling with, like even now, like residence, I'm still battling with that. But I always remind myself that there are tough times in life, but if you don't give up, so you will eventually get what you want if it was actually meant for you. So now I'm currently studying at CPUT, also running my business and helping now and then with my family, and also serving for the China South Africa Youth Forum. I'm also a catalyst for change because I believe in change, more especially for the youth. I like seeing people growth and like-minded people. So I would say, yeah, maybe in a nutshell, let me not be too long. I would say that is my life after school, sir.
Wow, 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 wow. You know what? If you are, there's a saying that say, seize the moment. And you really, I mean, you went to a business seminar and you said you saw Mr. Konaradi and you saw Marina sitting there and you made sure you go and connect. And it's about
Yeah.
connection. It's about association. And if you don't, you'll miss. And those steps that you took then actually opened the path for you. That's great. And I mean, you went to China, you saw about how things has been done there. A lot of our youth are dreaming to go there. And I like what you said. If you have a business, go to your local municipality, go register yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're just empowering you and your business will be known. So I want to say, well done. Keep doing what you're doing because at the end of the day, we need more young people like you. Because remember, you are the leaders of tomorrow. So at the end of the day, you need to work because excuses we can come up with. But at the end of the day, as you say, faith, to live with faith. And faith without actions is as much as dead, it's nothing. So well done. Keep moving. So
Yes.
if there's now a younger version of you out there, what will your message tonight be to that younger version of you that failed this matric last year, that feels down and out, he's not getting a job, he's struggling, she's struggling. Anyone listening tonight to us, what will Lwandile tell that person tonight?
Yeah, I would say sometimes you do really question yourself that why is it happening to you? Like, there's actually 1,000 people, see, like many people facing that challenges. So what I'll tell you is to firstly, like I mentioned, have faith, don't give up, and don't feel sorry about yourself or blame other people, because by blaming other people and feeling sorry for yourself, that won't bring any change to yourself. Just wake up, show up, and like focus on what you are actually doing. And life, they always say that life is not 100 meters, it's a marathon, because sometimes people give up by comparing themselves with other people. So just go there and show up every day. More especially like if you're young, like that's the, you won't, how can I put it, the energy that you actually have now, it will fade out as time goes. So make sure you do put in the work, although there's no one clapping, but eventually things will work out. Don't give up, and empower yourself by reading. It's very important. I also never liked reading in school, but I swear it does actually help a bit. Like there's a lot of things to read. Like something, if you like sport, read more about sport. Reading and trying to like watch productive and meaningful stuff like Procast to empower yourself, because nothing is more better for yourself than empowering yourself. And I would say not to give up, because life itself is not easy, not just for me, not just for you, but it's not easy. And I want to tell you something, that no one is there to save you if you won't save yourself. So you gotta show up, because if you're feeling sorry for yourself now, just imagine how will you feel if you have kids and you're 50 years old, and now you will imagine you'll feel sorry for yourself and for them. So just try your best. I would say there's no motivation that can help that. But life doesn't have a formula. Expect it how it comes, and just go out. You see, just go out, because even sometimes even people will try to pull you down. But if you firstly believe in yourself, it would be very difficult for them also to have an impact on that, because everyone, I believe everyone is capable of doing anything, sir.
Wow. No one is coming to save you. You
Nah,
need to
there's no
save
one.
yourself. If
No
you
one.
forget everything that Lwandile said tonight, take that with you. No one is coming to save you. Your problem won't get away. Your situation won't change. You need to put action in order for your situation to change. Lwandile, I want to say to you, thank you very much, young man. Thank you for visiting us, for coming up and share your story with our viewers. It's stories like this that we need out there. Stories like this where young people can see, you know what, if this young man could do it, what is stopping me? So I want to wish you all the best with your business endeavors out there, whatever you want to pursue. Remember, there's a saying that goes, they said, the harder you work, the luckier you get. So go out there. The sky is not the limit.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, and thank you for giving me the invite today. I do actually highly appreciate it, and I also do hope that maybe like one or two people that maybe face something similar, in a way, it won't be exactly the same, but I hope like I made a difference to someone and gave them hope. That's what I'm hoping for.
And that's what we stand for. We are just here. At the end of the day, as we say in Afrikaans, it said so nice. Ons is maar net hier om hoop te gee en om jou te wys dat ons almal het verskillende dorings op ons pad. Groot dorings, klein dorings, doesn't matter. We all have a certain tone that is in our life, that is holding us to move forward. But as Lwandile said just now, no one is coming to save you.
No
Be
one.
blessed, my friend. And thank you very much once again. I want to thank everybody for joining. Dankie vir inskakel en weer eens vir die mense in die Weskus as julle vir ons wil support. Regtig. As jy spaar is, as jy gaan om my melk te gaan koop, as jy gaan om my brood te gaan koop, as jy gaan om jou shopping te gaan doen, as jy gaan om my chops te gaan koop, as jy kom daar by die til, sê net daar vir die tannie daar, of vir die dame daar, of vir die jongman daar, of vir die oom daar. Tussen Dorings is die besigheid vir wie jou gedeelte moet gaan. Op so 'n manier help julle vir ons om meer mense te reach. En onthou, die 24ste September hierdie jaar is ons tweede edisie van Tussen Dorings Heritage Run. So ja, maak seker jy skryf dit in potlood op jou kalenderie. Op hy kalender moet jy sit 'n pen. Ons wil jou aansien. Dit gaan groter, dit gaan beter wees. En dan ook ons sanitêre doekie drive is nog steeds aan. As we baie dankie sê vir Asif. Baie dankie vir jou box sanitary pad wat jy aan ons geskenk het. Ek trek dit net goeie nader. Ek sien dit lawie my. Baie dankie. Ons waardeer dit. En dan die ander is nou nie baie ver van my af, maar ek vra vir jou. Daar is 'n jong dame by hun skool wat nodig dit. Jy kan dit al koop. By Shoprite is dit baie goedkoop. Gaan uit, gaan koop dit, bel ons kan dit kom kry by julle. Hoor jy in die Kaap is of wherever jy is, laat weet ons, daar's 'n jong dame by die skool, wat uit die skool uit bly, omdat haar ma en haar pa nie sanitary doekies kan bekostig nie. So kom ons maak 'n verskil daar buite. Kom ons help baie. Baie dankie weer eens. Ons sien mekaar volgende week, selfde tyd, selfde plek. Bye.